Welcome to Three Shots In. I am your host, Mark, and I needed to take a sit down after this past weekend when we were off to CanHammer. Awesome weekend. ScotchHammer lads and everyone else. It was great to reunite with everyone. It's been about 2 years, of course, since we've been able to pull everyone together for a really big event like that, and it was a really great weekend. I know I had a lot of fun, and it was great being out with Jared, Martin, Glenn, Dan, and myself, all going up and representing ScotchHammer in Ottawa this past weekend. Overall, the gang put in an awesome show. We were able to get 2 wins, a draw, and 2 losses, so putting us about the middle of the pack, just below that 50% mark, and I think that's really what we were aiming for. So overall, I'm really pleased with the results. Special call out to Al Wow. Thanks a lot, guys. It was great seeing everyone. That's a perfect way to start a weekend. You're reuniting with some old friends. You haven't really seen, well, we saw some of them up in Sudbury, but it was great to finally be able to come together and play with them. That's, of course, where we met the Al Wow bunch. And hi, guys. Great seeing you on the weekend. And thank you as well for the special gift. We put it to very good use over the weekend, and we'll be sharing the leftovers with the crew that didn't make it up to Ottawa. So great. It was fabulous seeing you guys, and looking forward to more later. So how was the event overall? This is, of course, the premier tournament event in Canada. It's the biggest one in Canada, and it normally sells out pretty quickly within the first few minutes. Well, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It was a good event. And what went well? The mechanics of the tournament were really good. We were able to register everyone, and we were able to submit the lists. The game scoring went well. Oftentimes, BCP has its odd hiccups. Those didn't really happen very much, or if they did, I certainly didn't notice. So for the core purpose of this event, which is, of course, finding the overall winners, this is primarily a competitive event, putting all the other sort of stuff to the side. That means that this was a great success. We found out who the winners were. There weren't a lot of big surprises, and if you've been following the tournament, you're going to know who those winners were. I'm not going to repeat them here. The facility was perfect. The E&Y Center, it's a huge place. Basically, it's an aircraft hangar, and this gives us a lot of room. We had a lot of well-spaced tables, big tables where we were able to do some staging areas for the event itself. Catering was top-notch, great food. So that part of the experience really went well, and I'd say having that much space really makes a difference, particularly in the times where people are being fairly sensitive about being too close together, given our current COVID wave. Terrain was good for the event. Now, it wasn't anything really pretty or flashy, but it was highly functional. It worked for the event. It provided the line of sight blocking to keep people from just being shot off the table round one. The player placement was something new to a lot of people who haven't done it before, but I think it worked well overall for the event. So I think considering especially the size of this event, where you're looking for functionality over looks, that was exactly the right thing to do, and kudos to the organizers for pulling together that much terrain so quickly and really making that part of the game work well. So what could have been better? And this is where I think where a lot of events struggle with, and I'm going to focus right now on the pre-event stuff. A lot of the pre-event information was not always easy to find. Obviously, the core stuff was there. How do you find the place? How do you register? When do you need to be there? That was good, and of course that's really the critical information. The fact that they had the link on Google to the player pack was good. The player pack itself, though, it did have some things left to be desired, and I'd suggest that for the future, and this is for any event organizer, get somebody who actually knows how to put together that type of pack. Get somebody who knows how to write, who knows how to assemble documents. It really matters a lot to people, because when someone goes and asks for that information, it means they could not find it in the player pack. Even if it is there, and if a response from the organizer is, well, it's in the player pack, that means the player pack's not up to par. On a related note, I'd say the list submission process. Obviously, we had a couple of changes during the list submission process, but the overall, how do you format, how do you set up, and how do you share those events for checking? I'm going to be honest with you, the current list format is terrible. It's difficult to check. It's difficult to find the things you're looking for, and trying to force this formatting onto the group that doesn't really, when this format really doesn't work well, I'm going to strongly encourage any group to reconsider how those lists are submitted. Again, get somebody who actually knows about formatting layout. Get the bullet points in. Get the headings in. Get it so they can be easily scanned and reviewed. Right now, it's very difficult to format correctly, and to then punish people if they don't format it correctly or chastise them. That's not good. So I'm going to strongly suggest that, and this goes for any organizer, make sure that you've got your tournament list submission pack really working well. Make sure that people can easily read and check lists. There's a lot of tools out there, it could be around for decades, that are designed to help make lists easier to format. So check them out and start using them in future events, and that'll make, again, that overall experience better for everybody involved. Give a little bit more time for the armies to be seen. Lunch is not a great time to do it. Everybody is going and they're having their social time, they're having their lunch. Sure, people are going to drop those things off, but if that's purely for the mechanics of scoring them, an event is more than just mechanics. An event has to be an experience that somebody actually enjoys. And part of that painting competition is being able to share your work with others. So try and carve out a time either on the Saturday or the Sunday where you know you have a little bit more time. You can have people set those armies up, and really, while people aren't eating, give a chance for people to come out and take a look at those armies, take their pictures when they're not doing anything else of importance. Maybe before the Sunday games, when you've got a little bit more time, delay that start of that first game just a little bit to allow people to go and take a look at what's going on. And that speaks to some of the last item. Find some passion for the event. Again, it seems like you got all the items checked off. You did everything that you needed to do. You had the competition. You found out who won. You were able to score a different painting. But it feels sometimes like there's no passion. There's no drive there. People are coming there because they want to enjoy an event, an experience. If all it is just going to find out who won the event, there's possibly better forums than trying to pull everybody together into one big facility at one time just to determine who is the best Warhammer player in Ontario. So my suggestion is try and find that passion. Why are you running this? Why as organizers are you trying to create this event, considering everybody involved? I know it's a thankless job. So you have to decide on why you're really doing this. Because this is something that you also have to enjoy. And if you're not enjoying it, believe me, it spills out into the event itself. And people feel that lack of excitement. So find your excitement, find your passion, find why you're doing this event and bring it back into the event. Because I think that will make it better for everybody. And this again goes for any organizer. You've got to have passion about the event and what you're running. Otherwise, and nobody else will be passionate about it either, and they'll just see it as a chore, a job. They'll enjoy the games, they'll enjoy the people they're playing with, but the overall event, maybe not. And if people are just going there to enjoy the games, the events, well, they can do that at home too. They don't need to come to an event to enjoy games. So something to consider. So I guess until you're able to really bring some of that passion that existed in some of the earlier CanHammer events, it feels like you're riding on your laurels. You've had some past successes. You are a recognized brand. Build on that. Be something that is a really great experience. Otherwise, 7 out of 10 is probably the best you're going to get, at least from a perspective of a player who's coming out, who's enjoying the game, but just considers the event to be good. Let's make it great. Bring the passion in. Anyways, this is, of course, Mark from 3 Shots In. Thanks, everyone, for signing in. Chat again soon. Cheers.